And it is not good enough. It is not good enough at all. Inflation at the time we're living was about 15 to 17%. Now we're talking about, I think, 33.9, almost 34%. And it's problematic. I mean, and debt to GDP is not sustainable. And that's what we are running. That's all the difficulties and challenges we have. And therefore, life is difficult. The cost of living is very high. Very, very high. And something must be done. And no wonder the government is going to the IMF for a bailout.
Yeah.
You understand? You know. But when is IMF coming? That's the question. It's very important for us.
But negotiations have already started.
Well, but yes, it takes time for negotiation.
Sure.
And by the situation, what happens today and tomorrow? That is what we need to answer. Are we waiting till next year? First quarter of next year? It's just like you are in a pit. And you are there, you are still digging. Instead of trying to come out, you are digging. And when water starts gushing up, then you drown in the pit. That is the situation in which we find ourselves. So life is not as easy. I would have thought that this time round it would have been better because we were told that we are the men, we are the women. We were told that it is Sikasu or something.
And so come there.
Yeah. You understand? And so we're expecting so much, particularly considering that we have oil, we have the oil fields there. We have gold, we have all the mineral resources. And yet,
the mismanagement, and I said,
yes, the performance, for me, the performance is not good enough. And judging from what happened at the, is it Golden Citizen Festival or something?
Global Citizen Festival
recently. Summarize it all.
Oh.
Yeah, it's summarized. I don't need to say anything. It's summarized because people are suffering. I mean, a section of the public, just booing. It's not good enough. Because people are hungry, people are suffering. And what are we doing to rescue them?
But they are accusing more NDC of instigating that on the president.
I don't think anybody can say that NDC. I think they are ordinary Ghanaians who are expressing their frustration about the economic situation in our country. You understand? I mean, this issue about, it's not us. It's about COVID. It's about Ukraine, Russian war, and what have you. For me, that is not it. I mean, we are not an island. There are other countries in the world who, yes, they had the COVID, all right, even worse, who are not going through what we are going through in Ghana. So for me, no, things are not going well.
Things are not going on well.
Things are not going
but but how would you assess the president in the presidency Nankasano? If you are to assess him, how would you go about it?
Oh, but I've said it. I mean, I've given some
indicators.
Indicators and all that. And it can best be summarized by what happened at the Independence Square. Yeah, I think so.
Said there's so much frustration in the system.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good. It's not looking good at all.
But NDC, do you have what it takes to win the next elections and salvage the nation from how you describe it, the situation?
Well, we at least we have the basis for comparison. And I'm sure that if you look at, you put the two MPP NDC on a scale, you know which government performed better. You understand? And for me, I'll say that NDC has always had the people at heart. That is why we are a grassroots party, as against property owning, for example. And therefore, we look at the people. I mean, what do you do to help the people to grow and to develop? And it's critical. You understand? So, for me, I mean, look at the developments under NDC and look at that under MPP. And, I mean, it's clearly. You look at the road, the hospitals, the schools, and what have you. I mean, social interventions. We have them all. And for me, I mean, the hope of this country for the future is the NDC. We have what it takes to win 2024 elections.
98.9.
Oh, why not? Why not? I mean, well, it's not going to be a done deal, but we have to work hard. We have to work very, very hard. And we are gearing ourselves into that. The base of our party will not tolerate any foul play in winning elections in this country any longer.
I see, but Honorable, who was served as a former Minister for Employment and Labor Relations, Spain. Under this dispensation, there's been various forms of labor agitations. And your own assessment of the labor ministry and what it seeks to hold, how would you assess them? The employment situation in the country now.
Oh, again, the employment situation is not too good. I think the first quarter of this year, the unemployment rate, as revealed by the Ghana Statistical Service,
we're happy. 98.9.
is I think 13.4% of a total working population of 13 million. Or people within the 15 plus age bracket. And the second quarter, it jumped to 13.9. And it continues. Again, I mean, if you look at what is happening, it's virtually becoming a national security threat, which must be dealt with. Because people, you finish school and, you can't get employed. It is something that we need to look at seriously and do something about. And I think that government must come out with, pragmatic, innovative measures, to deal with the unemployment situation of the country. I mean, it's very important. And if you look at the backdrop of the banking sector, the way some banks were pushed to collapse instead of being revived was problematic. And don't forget, there are a lot of organizations, there are a lot of institutions that were dependent on these banks. And they also have to fold up because whatever support they're getting from those banks was not forthcoming. It is important for government, it's very important for government to look at how we could handle the youth. And we have, in the past, looked at conventional method of education. But we need to expand it and look at skill training. Skill training is very, very important. Somebody described education as an opportunity for development.
Yeah.
And somebody described skill training as a master key. So you can see the difference.
Yeah.
Key to development and
the master key
for opportunities for employment. So I think one area that we as a people must invest in is skill training.
Yeah.
Because at that stage, I mean, you have your skills and start something on your own. Maybe what you need is small package, loan package, soft loan package, and all that. That you can start on.
But I don't know whether you've been following of late the government's efforts, especially with the Council for Technical Vocational Education and Training, TVET.
Fine.
What they are doing of late.
We need to intensify.
We need to intensify it.
Invest a lot more. Most times, you see, we do things, half-half. If you want to do it big and get the results. We will spread our resources thinly on so many things. At the end of the day, you cannot even account, for all the investment that have been made because they are small. Let's identify areas and invest big and get the desired results. For example, at the end of the year, we can say, look, we have employed 1 million people. These are things that we need to do. I mean, so for me, employment It's something that we cannot joke with.
Into not even a year, the one district, one factory policy drive, no. And now when they say it's also a source of employment creation.
Oh, one district, one factory. Again, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, was it a well thought out program? No, because you see, you don't start a program without thinking through. And for medium term, for short term, medium term, and long term, it's important. And the capital for doing those projects must be well spelled out. But most times we just run, you say, well, automobile manufacturing, for example, concessions, plan for food and jobs, for example. Yes, the ideas may be good, but implementation of some of these projects, for me, I don't think we have been successful in those areas.
I see.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right, Pamcho, Honorable Nii Armah Ashietey, former Greater Accra Minister, former Employment Minister, Anna Enei, all seek to lead the NDC as their National Chairman. Ewo almost pending elections. Only a special guest, Ewo Epanwa Dabenso. But because of the experience and then the background in our politics, before we get into the NDC proper, we just want to find out a year on also thoughts on some of the national issues Koso of late. For instance, Honorable, let me find out your take on this SIM re-registration thing and the Ghana card issues. Because when you say even your party issued a statement on a year, the Ghana card to be used as a voter ID card. I express my reservations on that. But first of all, on the SIM re-registration, who is saying?
Oh, a SIM registration. It's okay. For me, it's okay, except that because you need to identify who Ghanaians are,
good,
who non-Ghanaians are. It should be possible also, if we are able to do the registration, do it well, at least, you can minimize the what we call the identity fraud.
Yeah,
it's important. I mean, I don't think there is anybody, organization or institution who say that. I mean, it's bad, but the implementation. The implementation. I mean, why are we in a rush to close it? We need to open it up and give Ghanaians more time to register. And do a lot more public education, on the usage of the apps, that have been developed,
good,
for the registration. I think, this is something which should not be difficult. I mean, we're talking about us. And when we are doing things, we need to talk to each other. I mean, we need to talk. Why not? I mean, but in a situation where people say, I'll do it, whether you like it or not. I don't think that's good enough. We need to talk. Why not? NDC has a huge following. So you cannot refuse to talk to NDC.
Yeah.
We must talk to NDC. And NDC will be ready to talk. It's as simple as that. And together we can build. Because the house that is divided cannot stand.
True.
So if you are divided a nation, we cannot stand. So for me, as for Simca, it's fine. But we must do it in cooperation, in harmony with our people. So that everybody comes to the understanding that it's a program that have to be supported.
Yeah.
By all. And then you achieve your result. Otherwise, no. When you think you are getting the result,
but Electoral Commission say they are hopeful, say latest by October, every Ghanaian has been captured or onto the NIA system. Every eligible voter, and thereby Emma Omunya difficulties.
Why are we in a hurry?
With the synchronization onto the voter ID card.
Why are we in a hurry? Why are we in a hurry? Isn't in any case before this thing started? Didn't we use some primary documents, for the registration? Then all of a sudden you say that, oh, yes, now for all those documents that were used, you don't want them again. What is wrong? If somebody have not been able to register and it comes with some other identity cards, why should somebody say that we cannot accept that? Why? Let's give ourselves time. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, when we are all satisfied that, this time we can now use it. Why not?
So you don't believe, sir, for the next elections, no?
No.
A bit possible.
No, I don't think so.
A bit disenfranchised.
We know how to disenfranchise any Ghanaian.
Okay.
We don't have to. We have come a long way. Oh. I mean, as a people.
Yeah.
In elections. IPAC. Go to meetings. Then we agree on something.
But some more fry IPAC.
Oh, because we must be seen as equals.
Okay.
We should not be seen as playing a second fiddle. We are a huge party, and we won't be given that recognition. Yes, I mean, if you don't respect me, how do I respect you? Respect is mutual. If you respect me, I'll respect you. If you don't respect me, why do you think I should respect you? No, there's nothing like that. I'm sure, I mean, when we were in government, I mean, what did the MPP say about Electoral Commission and IPAC? And today they are on the seat. They are on the seat. And they have closed their eyes to all some of the things they said before. You understand? I mean, what has changed? So, we must be sincere to ourselves. Yeah. That's the only way that you build a country. What you didn't like last year, today you say that one you like it because it's favorable to you. Life is not like that.
No, but at what point would you accept to say now Ghana card should be used in place of the voter ID card?
Oh, but we are here. We are all here.
Yeah.
When we are be able to register everybody, we all know.
But they have the data, and when they provide the data, so 15 million people have been captured. Must say no, you don't believe it.
Data. That's what I'm saying. We must be involved. I mean, we must be involved. If you are involved, you know that yes, what they are saying is true. But when they have closed the door to you, and they are inside and beginning, then they can't tell you, we have data, we data. We must, every Ghanaian must be involved. Every Ghanaian, transparency. You know, it's very important. It's key. Let's all be transparent in what we are doing, particularly when it comes to politics. We must be transparent so that people have confidence in the process.
Yeah.
But so long as people don't have confidence.
But Honorable, meaning say recently, not too long ago, Galam say abe another topical issue with the rearrest of Aisha Wan. And even yesterday in court, the judge cited the distraction to forest cover near our water bodies as a reason and deny any bail for the second time. Meaning how you react to the issues around Galam saying Chinese involvement.
Well, for me, as a lawyer, I believe in the rule of law. I believe in the rule of law as a lawyer, and I think that whatever be the case, the lady must be given a fair and transparent trial.
Okay.
Fair and transparent trial. Well, if she's found foul of the law, then the law must take its course. The law must take its course in terms of mining, degradation of the environment, and so on. The law must take its course. It's as simple as that. I don't know why we spend so much time on this. I mean, can any Ghanaian go to China and do any of what is happening? And that we spend all our time on talking about this? I was rather surprised about the comment the president made that he's not too sure about whether the lady was deported, or she fled the country, and came back later. The president has all the means at his disposal to find out the truth, what happened. Why not? For me, that's why I have my problem. That the president can say that, no, I don't even believe that. I find it difficult to believe that the president can, because he has all the means at his disposal to find out the truth about whether the lady was deported or whether she left this country on her own and came back later. The records are there, national security is there, the Ministry of Interior is there.
Yeah.
And therefore...
But so at that point when the senior minister made that comment about the lady's deportation, what was the information then available into your council?
That's the point. If somebody has said that she was deported, it was based on what information?
And this was no mean a person than the senior minister.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you see, these are some of the things that when you start asking questions. One word, then you must ask questions. And you don't know where to stop asking the questions. Somebody will come and say something, then that generate another question. And then we keep on talking about this matter. Let the law prevail. Let the law prevail. If the man has to go back, send back to why not? I'm saying that no Ghanaian can go to China and do anything close to what she's alleged to be doing.
But that fight against illegal mining, are we winning that fight?
Oh, we can't win it.
We can't win it.
No.
Honorable Nii Armah Ashietey.
Oh, we can't win it.
Are they?
But if we have to win, we should have won by now.
If we were to win, we should have won by now.
We invested so much money in fighting. You know, and at the time, everybody thought we were winning, and people started clapping for themselves. You know what I'm talking about? People started clapping for themselves. Oh, yes, we are winning the battle. Then what happens? What happened? Reverse gear. I mean, it's a country that, what are we doing to our country?
So tax force upon tax force, minister upon minister, it's still back to zero.
Oh, it's back to zero.
Wow.
It's a problem. It's a problem, to be honest with you. You see, it looks like everybody has become obsessed with money. Just people want money. Fair or foul. And that is the problem. That is the problem. I mean, people want shortcuts to make money. And what do they use for the money? The money, to build 10 houses, to build, have 5 cars and live big. Meanwhile, your next door neighbor is suffering. He cannot get some food to eat. Because you are privileged to be in a certain position. You must use the position to help people, to bring them out of deprivation. That is what is expected of us. And when we get a position, we throw decency to the wind. We don't care again. But there's always a day for accountability.
There's always a day for accountability.
Always a day for accountability.
Honorable, God bless you for your compassionate thoughts, Pa.
There's always a day for accountability.
Good.
So look, I was the mayor of Tema for 8 years.
Yeah.
And we served. I always stand up for the late President Rawlings.
We're happy. 98.9.
The assembly embarked on an outreach program. This is the first time I'm
You're saying this?
Yes.
Okay.
The assembly embarked on an outreach program. And there were officers and officials from the Greater Accra Regional Party and National to join the assembly for the outreach. It was a 3 days outreach. In the evening, I had a call from the late Rawlings. He said, no more, we speak Ghana, it's because we speak Ghana, so
I
no
understand.
more. I can't fail outreach. Ni menkumeje party bi akumeje Ghana keba Tema. Ni ukame wo hotel. That you are doing an outreach, and some officers from the party, the regional and national party, had come to Tema to join the outreach. Yeah. And you have put them in a hotel. He did not even allow me to answer. Get them out.
How?
get them out.
And then where were they supposed to lodge?
He says that, look, that money that you are going to use to put them in the hotel, keep that money. As you go out to engage the people, you find somebody who need a little money, give it to him to start some tabletop.
Something to feed on,
Tabletop business.
Good.
Instead of people coming to sleep in the hotel. After all, people live in Accra and work in Tema. They commute every day. So why can't these people do the same thing? At the close of the outreach, the day they come back.
They go back home,
Today, even if people who are supposed to go outside, they have a program outside Ghana. They are paid per diem. They are paid per diem to travel to Abuchi. They will not go. They will stay in this country for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, for the period, thinking that he has gone abroad. But he's here because he wants to keep the per diem. That is where we are as a country. And it must be disturbing to everybody that Ghana is the only country that we have. And we must support the development of this country and its people. Today, you work with people. Everybody wants to find a... For me, the shortcut mentality is terrible. Shortcut to money. It's killing this country. Shortcut. Everybody wants to make money. They don't care how they do it. It is disturbing.
Now, ritual killing, so I shall see.
My brother.
I
mean, we are ready to do anything. Look at what is happening.
In what?
No, it's not good. We must find a way to bring about discipline in this country. Discipline. Today, no. Everybody is doing what he likes.
But politicians, more so well not to instill discipline into the system, because there were word around recently, Henry Kotebe, Greater Accra. You've been at that seat before. Obey Greater Accra Regional Minister. A little moves here and there. Now, if a party is, hey, oh, I'm unpopular. Why should it be so?
Why should it be so? I mean, there is only one path to development.
Good.
One path to development.
What happened? 98.9.
Discipline. How do you think Singapore and Malaysia, and how do they develop?
Those countries,
Discipline. We lack it in multifold, and something must be done. Politics should not grow in discipline. Why should politics grow in discipline? No. So what about why do you have all those laws and regulations and rules? We have them, they are so nice, beautiful. But when it comes to implementation, then we start turning our heads. So why do you have the laws? Why do you have the rules and regulations? My brother, there's a problem.
There's a problem, a very serious challenge. But and commanded a very insightful conversation with an experienced man, of course, in politics, in governance, and of course at the bar, Honorable Nii Armah Ashietey, former Greater Accra Regional Minister, former MP for Korle Klottey, former Minister for Employment and Labour Relations, former MCE for Tema. So, Honorable, a narrow conversation into why you want to lead the NDC as the National Chairman. That been a dream we
Oh, let me say that. Well, I've sat back. And I have witnessed the happenings within the party.
Okay.
And particularly in 2016, when we lost elections. And my understanding was that we could not do coalition. I was frightened. Then again in 2020, when we all thought that we were winning, then again we were told, my understanding was that relation was a problem. The question is, so did we learn anything at all from 2016? Because if we did, we should have corrected the situation. And so I started thinking, what can I do for my party? What can I do for my party? Start wringing my head.
Yeah.
And trust me, and I go to bed and I think that I have what it takes to lead NDC. I have more than, look, I work with PNDC, from PNDC to NDC.
Yeah, strong kidder.
Yes.
Good.
I was a mayor of Tema under Rawlings. And those days, it's not just about work, but it's about learning. Learned. And with discipline.
Good.
And I worked under the late President Mills as a Greater Accra minister. Again, we learned. And then I became the Minister for Employment and Labor Relations and dealt with matters arising of single spine, salary, policy. I was once a branch chairman, Silent Cafe branch in Osu. I was one a constituency chairman for Klotekole. I was one a former MP for Klotekole. I was a trade unionist and now a businessman. So I have all the qualification, I have all the competence and the experience. And I thought that I could bring all this to the NDC.
I see.
To support and build the fortunes
of the party.
So that 2024 will go into a battle and come out victorious.
I see. But Honorable, what shall per the timelines I'm going buy any day? Nature say, Enchena Modi Ashietey so. Minim how wide your campaign has been so far. Maybe you are now testing the waters and now you are well grounded.
No, I'm not testing waters. I'm not testing waters.
Oh, sir, you are well grounded, firmly on the ground.
I am in it for the long haul.
For the long haul?
Long.
I see.
I am in it. I'm in it. The moment I put my hand to a plow, I don't look back. And I know that I'm going to win.
I see.
Yeah.
But if you talk about coalition issues, has it got to do with the chairman?
But you see, a lot of people don't understand.
I'm going to say uchi kakra na what's in the anwaka. I'm saying uchi kakra na how they ya na they affirm.
Yeah.
Good.
Man for been say. It's a party new year MP, party new year flag bearer, party new year party. NDC a party. And it's a party no say own year Juman.
Yeah.
A party new a branch, party new constituency, party new region and national. These are the levels of the party. And it's for the party. It is for the party to make sure that all these levels are working together, they are coordinating, and they are harmonizing, and create the conducive environment for flag bearer MPs. It is not a reverse. It is the party that deals with electoral commission. It's not a flag bearer. It is the party that will have to organize and register new members. It is the party. It is the party that have to train polling agents. It is the party. To be honest with you, my estimation, the party normally will do about 35%. The flag bearer, 25%. You get 55%, you win elections. and you win elections. Unfortunately, at times we all think, oh, is the flag bearer, is the MP. No. The face of the party must be seen in the communities. That's why flag bearer bring his popularity to bear on the party. Popularity.
Yeah.
The MP will bring his popularity. The party will have to do the work, the groundwork. So the party is so critical. And you need a leader who will ensure that all the levels of the party, are working. The branches are working. Branches do. Omu pillars.
Yeah. Form for no.
Yes. Then the constituencies. Coordinate. They coordinate the activities of the branches. So if the branches are not working, what coordination will be done by constituency executive? Nothing. If the constituencies are not working, what will the regional executive coordinate? Nothing. If the regions are not working, what coordination will the national do? Nothing. So the heartbeat of the party is the branch. And therefore, it's important for us to make sure that our branches are working at all times. At all times. And if you do, trust me, to dislodge such a party from power will be very difficult when you get all these things going.
I see.
That is the problem. We always think about flag bearer MPs. No. MPs are not the face of the party. The flag bearer is not the face of the party. The party is the party.
The party is the party.
And if the party works well, the people will come, as I said, with their charisma and whatever.
Good.
Come and contest election and win. That's it. The party cannot do all these things without money. It is important that the party gets money, so that you can use the money to strengthen the branches, and empower them. Yeah. Empowerment is very important, because we all belong to the branch. If you say you're a member of NDC, you must belong to a branch. Yeah. If you don't belong to a branch, forget it. You are not a member.
So, happy 98.9.
Strengthen our branches and empower them. Yeah. And make sure that even when it comes to elections, all branch members, not just executives, all branch members, if there are 600 who pay their dues, they will vote for branch executives. They will vote for constituency executives. They will vote for regional executives and vote for national executives. As it stands now, the branches, even that one is executives will vote for branch. The branch member will vote for branch executives and then vote for constituency executives. And they don't vote again. And they don't vote again. They don't vote again. Now the constituency and the region national will vote. For me, it is not the best. And so long as the branches are the pillars of the party, they must be empowered. To vote at all levels of the party. And apart from that, even when it comes to appointment, when we assume we are in power and we have to appoint, and you are from the branch and you are going to be made a minister. Yeah. You go to your branch, you have your branch. As you must see, you want to
get your branch support.
Are you going to support the nomination?
Yeah.
And let the branch say, yeah, we work with him. He supported us. He did ABC.
We know him.
We know him. We support him. Yeah. And you become a minister. Wouldn't you support your branch?
You have to.
To grow?
You have to.
You have to. Yeah. Everybody will then run to the branch to go and work, because you know that's where the power lies. Let's give them the power. They will fight to make sure that the party grows from strength to strength.
I see. All right, Honorable, right after the 2020 elections, Mo set up a committee to look into Enema, of course, Mo defeat, even after 2016. And also you did same. recently I've cited a reporter, Estate Ashanti region, where they said there were concessions made by more regional executives for the MPP to win certain areas. Near there, that report is also leaked. And based on such reports, and recently, even the Ahoto project, Dr. Dufour decided to embark on a form of a resistance or face here from certain quarters. There are also people who also do things. Party has been hijacked by a certain group of people. We don't know where you belong. Anyhow, you respond to this. But some now cost in recent times about the party. What's your take on it?
Well, I've not cited a report, to be honest.
You've not cited a report.
I have not. But if people compromise, for NDC, if members of a party will compromise for NDC to lose election, it is bad. Because the lives of many people depend on good results for the party.
Good. The
lives of many people who have worked tirelessly. People, for example, we always say that elections are won at polling stations. And therefore people at polling stations are coterminous to branches. And still come to the issue of branches. People will sacrifice themselves to work. And then seemingly win only for somebody to go and compromise. And the results are changed. For money, coming back to money again. Yeah. If people did that, it is bad. And if it had been investigated and it's found to be true, the law must take it.
98.9.
You see, one thing we are lacking in this country is sanctioning.
Sanctioning.
Yes.
So be able to be near China song.
Yes. You see, it is for purpose of deterrence. Say,
who
say, Papa, we na.
We are not
doing that. We are not doing that. Somebody is arrested by the police for an offense. Then because somebody is in power, he call you, your brother had been arrested. But he's committed an offense. And the law must take its course. For me, these are the problems that we need to deal with as a country. Yeah. But the way it's going so good. As for the Ahoto project, I don't even know why people even talk about it. I go to people and I give people things to people.
Yeah, you visit constituencies.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't. When I see people say, if you say what they are doing is not good, somebody says it's good, and we are fighting over it. What for? It's our party. It's our party. And then whatever we all can do to support the party to grow, why not? Why not? So we should. This is the time for us to unite. Okay. We need unity. If we want to win 2024, the key is unity. I said it again. A house that is divided cannot stand. Yeah. In unity, there's strength. So, what is wrong is wrong. What is right is right. And for me, the right is a path that we must all pursue. Yeah. Because that is what everybody will believe in. Few people will believe in the wrong, but the majority of people will believe in the right. And if you do it right, you may think that, it's going to cost you. Yeah. But it may not, after all. Because when people go to bed and start thinking, you know that,
98.9.
I don't know if you're correct. That's how it works out. So for me, these are things that I want to bring on board. Yeah. And trust me, will make a difference. Will make a difference. Why not? Why not? I will look at our constitution. And I know there are so many potholes.
The party's constitution.
Oh, yeah. That had
I
to be
see.
filled. And I'll fill them. I'll tell you, from time immemorial, if you look at the branches, coming back to branches, we have never had deputies. We don't have we have the chairman of the branch.
You don't have a deputy
We
chairman.
don't have vice
chair.
chairman.
Good.
We don't have deputy secretary. So from time immemorial. Unfortunately, that's the place that the work is done. If you come to constituency, there are deputies. If you
Region,
go-
national, yeah.
And there, the branch don't. I have, when I was a constituency chairman for Crocoli, at the same time, I was a branch chairman.
You know, when you're bring, what rise
Oh,
true
me-
part the rank too?
me as
Why
a-
constituency chairman, you know
Yes,
that?
and the branch chairman.
Branch chairman.
Branch chairman, Silent Cafe branch in Osu.
Wow. The
You know,
NDC has to reward you.
So I realized that
Yeah.
there are times when I cannot go to meeting because I was at the same time a constituency chairman. So I decided to appoint a vice chairman. So when I'm not there,
You were
then
Sue and
it
them.
dawned on me that, but what about the other positions? So I appointed people. I appointed a vice chairman. I appointed deputy secretary, deputy organizer, and so on and so forth. And you know what? I use gender. I use experience. I use expertise to make those appointments. And that today, I think it's even more relevant to do some appointments for deputies, not just at the branch, but at constituency,
98.9.
at region and at national, to have deputies appointed. Because today the politics become monetized.
Yeah.
And there are good people who can come in and help, but they don't have money, so they don't come out. So if you have to appoint, you can then look out for those people and give them appointment for them to enter the system. If you work very well and you want to go to substantive, nobody will ask you for money.
Yeah.
You have to create a path for some of those people to enter the frame. It's something that I want to look at seriously when I have the opportunity. Again, I will create a body of owners and founders and elders of the party. Owners, founders and elders of the party.
Yeah.
You see, it's not always the best to leave the party in the hands of elected officers.
Wotie Epahuada Ben, what happy
Leave the party in the
98.9.
hands of elected officers.
Okay.
There's a need for founders, owners, and elders of the party to be the highest decision-making body of the party. So when the elected officers take deciding decision,
You have to
be
consult.
subject to the approval
Of
of
the
the
founders.
elders.
Wow.
So that because they must be the custodian of the values, the custodian of the ideologies, the ideals and principles of the party. They must be the custodian. Because elected officers come and go anyway.
Yeah.
So who is carrying the institutional memo?
The founders.
So you see, you can chart a path for a DC. Where are our traditional allies? We used to have a lot of traditional allies. Where are they all? Where are they all? They are lost. They are gone. Because all our management, if you are managing well,
Yeah.
because you see, if you have friends, you don't sack your friends, so you add on.
98.9.
You add on. But I don't think the management is. Vincent Assise, the late Vincent Assise, I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I know
Remember?
him. 'Cause
He
has
said
a
something. He
sense
said,
that-
oh, NDC is election machine. But we need to change. Times have changed, oh. And winning election is not about 4 months.
Yeah.
No, winning election about 4 months, oh. It's 4 years.
4 years. Yeah.
You win election in 4 years. when I was the chairman for Cloticol, from 2006 to 2012, I was training pooling agents. That time we were in opposition. I was training pooling agents for 2 years. Yes. By the time of election, we have so many pooling agents that have been trained, well trained. And trust me, it worked very well. So these are things that must be done. Yeah. And then with discipline, the skies will be the beginning.
Wow. But Honorable, Obi the message way by now, or see that point you made about unity. So now, Okase. So if indeed it's about unity, namunim the task ahead, election 2024. Adena munina mumma to a compromise. Nanka, the current executives, into me encore unopposed. Send your beya divisions, any acrimony. Emma Partington, because time is also of the essence. Or say, Mimusa, your reactions to this.
Oh, but it's a democratic process. That,
sure it is.
In 4 years' time, you have to come back to the people. For the people to decide whether they will give you the no to go again or not to go again. And after the process, the demand is that everybody will have to bury his hatchet and then we work together.
Good. Yeah.
Otherwise, where the people will stay, because even those who are there, some people had to leave before they came.
True. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for me,
nothing changes.
No, as for elections, there may be backlash, but then the party should have a mechanism to settle those backlash. One, the party should create a level playing field for everybody. And to build confidence, such that after the elections, whatever results come out is accepted by all. And then there will be no division.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So are we saying that this country, we should allow the people who are in, because we also want unity as a country, as a people. Are we going to say that then those who are boys should stay on board forever?
Mm-hmm.
No, there's nothing like that.
Yeah. So if you win, what's in for the NDC? And if, unfortunately, you do not win to what is in for the NDC?
Oh, well, for me, there's nothing like I'm not winning.
Good.
There's nothing like
optimistic.
That. No, there's nothing like that.
Thank you.
I'm winning.
Good.
And I've told you some of the things that if I have the opportunity,
happy 98.9.
I've mentioned to you the branches, to strengthen the branches and to empower them, the management of the party. For example, I mean, we have a constitution, and we must go strictly by our constitution. That where certain things have to go to Congress, they must go to Congress. I mean, there's no shortcut. The moment you do shortcut, you create problem for everybody. And I also told you about the role I'll give to founders and elders of the party. We will bring everybody on board, all former DCs, all former ministers, and all that. It's very important. Most times when the moment you are no more in position,
I thought you are forgotten, Lisa.
It shouldn't be so.
Yeah.
At all, it shouldn't be so at all. And for me, NDC is the future of this country. And if I get opportunity, I'll make a difference.
You make a difference. Fantastic.
I am somebody.
Good.
I've brightened the corners where I've always found myself. Yes, I'm the type.
Yeah.
I brighten the corner.
Wherever you find yourself.
That's the point.
Good.
And that is what I'm bringing to NDC.
Great.
And you see, at times people forget that when they are climbing the tree, those who are clapping for them, the same people, when they are descending, they'll be seen there. But this time they are not applauding. Oh.
Yeah.
They will booing.
Ah. I see.
Yes, they will booing.
All right. Mayena Honorable Ase. Honorable, it's good having you. It's good having you after a long silence. And maybe I say we'll do a new training there. Only God knows. We wish you all the best. And I'm sure when a year you set in proper for the contest, because now, I'm saying you are now about to clear the constituency, you get to regional, then national. And you know, we are hoping to have you another time before the radio. Ma yenda wase for appearing. Finally, what's your message to the potential delegates who will decide on you and others? No.
Well, I would say that let us vote for the right caliber of people.
98.9.
It's not about money. It's about competence, qualification, and experience.
98.9.
Because that is the only way to get the right people to lead us into victory. 2024.
Good.
That we are all wishing for. And you either you want power or money. But for me, power is everything. Money is just money. But power is everything.
Money is meant to be spent.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's my message to delegates.
Great.
And I those who are going to, you know, I mean,
The constituency elections
yes,
and others.
I wish them all the best.
Great.
And I'll come around. I'll come and visit them in their constituencies, in their regions, so we can share ideas together. And together, we will build the NDC
All right.
to win power
Okay.
in 2024.
Fantastic. Honorable Nii Armah Ashietey, a former MC for Tema. Mane enwa enwuma bi a yatwere de aba wo mo kira wo say this book provides a deep insight to the socio-economic reality and complexity of two of Ghana's largest slums, Nima and Mamobi, located in the capital city of Accra. It identifies and analyzes the socio-religious, cultural and political context of the two communities. And these are ethnically and religiously diverse populations with a common history of migration and integration. Let's just say, no ekasafa eye Ghana bronu mienu a wo mo aye se atane ata Nima ne Mamobi entafo mienu na sa bronu we no emu abakosem no ane akuruchiri ade agu sa nwuma mu a Ora Charles Prempa wono twere book no otemani mu a na o heard the book cover is very colorful, very colorful indeed. And the book na so no looks solid. Content in so no it's very deep into no students of history and culture. Munya book we ni a nature say ebebie mu adwen mu anisa. Charles Prempa na nkasa wa ha. Charles akwa better see.
Yeah, pacho me ho ye.
Wona twere book we.
Pacho ane.
Hey! How many pages no?
Almost 256 or 257.
What's a hin?
Mamobi.
Intia. O kan baby fufura enya ho na ate a. Kumeka na dey one tro ho asem. It would Mamobi. What's now for how long?
Since 1984.
Since 1984.
2 years, yes.
Now we're 2 years.
Pacho ane.
And we bet na Mamobi.
Sure.
Ti Mamobi ni anybody as a go so kosan. O ko banko.
That's it.
Tuti Hausa.
Papa.
That's right. No worry.
Pacho ane.
How are you Muslim now? Okay, went to man for Muslim. I see. Went to man for Muslim. Now book no back up and what the all right, okay, I get you. All right, fantastic. So no na influence, I mean, the writing of this book and because I reside or
Well, let's put Okasan kakra.
No problem.
So yes.
By basically in team also.
Yes. Matama obi ache salam dinga kan no. Na ase se tra bakwasema prepi no ye yimu kakra. Enti se community bi oho na se bi a edikanfo no o man ko school ankwan kan na o man tro mo ho asema nto ho a e na akwa SMP enti ye tra na ye yomo efrim. Meanwhile, the Zongos have played critical roles in the political history of Ghana. You see, but then even Hausa is considered a non-Ghanaian language, even though it's been spoken in this country since the late 15th century. But Oka Hausa, it's as if it's a foreign language to us. Meanwhile, it's spoken almost everywhere where there's a Zango community. And so I wanted to know what was the role of the Zango communities in the socio-political evolution of Ghana. So that was the motivation. And I'm also a research fellow.
Okay.
Yeah, I work at the KNUST. So I thought, well, there's a time for me to chronicle our history. People have made an attempt to write a comprehensive account of the Zangos. But then I want to consider on Mamobi and Nima, of course, including Accra. Since the late colonial era in the 19th century, beginning especially in 1877, when Accra became the administrative center of the colonial governor.
But you say obi eso buku emu no bi emu a e dey no benya wom about Nima and Mamobi.
Yes. So what was the role of the Nima and Mamobi people about Ghana independence struggle? One, the history of Nima market is also called ECOWAS market.
ECOWAS market
because on Wednesday market you have people all over from the West African sub-region coming in, and then one would also appreciate the logicality of linguistic plurality in the Zangos. So between Hausa and also Kentria, what impact would that have, for example, on Akwala Nimdi and in addition Ehonsem? And then also the social life, you see, the evolution, history, a community, if you are here, and the challenges, opportunities. And then there's also the central figure is one Agnes Amoah, honor the first assemblywoman of Nima East when the election started in 1989. Until she led the community until she voluntarily retired from politics in 2003. And she's been there since the time of Nkrumah, since the 1960s she was in the community. And in fact, you can't talk about Nima without her in terms of every major development in the community. Agnes Amoah played a key role. In fact, in 80s, she was the sole individual who fed the Nima police station and then the Tesla military camp. So she's been very instrumental. Yes. And I decided to also honor her in the book. So the book is quite broad. And then, of course, as I said, Accra's history is part of it. The colonial administration, at what point did Nima will become part of the administration of the Gold Coast colony? So all these things are in it. What was Nkrumah's role? Yes. Nkrumah's role in the evolution of the communities and the various MPs who have led the communities up until today.
But how about the religious?
Yes, so you found, of course,
aspect of the settlers.
Definitely. So, in fact, we say Sebe Hausa for play a very important role in the spread of Islam in our part of the world, especially in the late 19th century when Osman Danfodio or Yeni Jihad or Nigeria, northern Nigeria. So from that time, the religion spread, with the Hausa who were itinerary traders, wherever they went, they spread Islamic religion. And, if you read the book, yes, obviously, you know the history of Islam in Ghana and, of course, in the Zangos, also focusing on Maumbi and Nima. And then even the history of marijuana consumption, where for marijuana, the ghettos, the various ghettos.
It's as if, sir, you are in my thoughts because the moment many boss saw our page, 103 communities and marijuana culture.
Yes, marijuana culture.
You talked about
I
it.
talked about it because I've been interested in marijuana consumption. What's the history of it in Ghana? Has always been here. Is it foreign to us? Which people brought it? When did it become popular? So I've written all this. And then
the level of ABR and the usage, our community one is also captured. Okay. But there's also a chapter of interest. I can't wait to read this book because chapter no title no very interesting. Or say the toilet conflict. Exactly. The toilet conflict, yes. Chapter 3.
Yes.
Agnes Amoah and leadership challenges, and under it, they capture the toilet conflict. What's about the toilet conflict?
The toilet conflict, Ghana transitioned from military rule to democratic governance in the 1990s. Now there was privatization of a sort. Most of these sanitary facilities, had to be privatized for proper administrative purposes. In that time, here the maintain was by Bebre because now I say I'm on your 17 movie. And that time, these public facilities were built purposely for strangers and people who pass through such communities in the urban areas. But then over time, individuals took over as part of the political evolution of the country. In the 90s, there was a lot of conflict over toilet, amount for CZ toilets near day. So I started to also write about it. Yes, so in Accra and then also in the Mamobi communities, a big courts near day. So I decided to focus on that one too.
Into communities, IBR, over 200 people queue in line to access a toilet.
Yes.
No, so our challenge is captured.
It's captured, exactly.
All right.
Because the toilet, it's not just for people to ease themselves, but it's a major economic. Because UTI and people are making money.
Business, no.
It's quite big. Into MPP NDC time now, if people fighting over public toilets in this communities.
Well, one other aspect, ABR, you might have captured it there. The issue with respect to Lungu, with Nima and Mamubi.
Yes, the alleys, the various alleys.
Good.
But so share the evolution. I want to say community deliberately, they moved away from this. In fact, Nima were not part of the governance of the city until the beginning of the 1950s. So they were isolated. They were not part of the governance of Accra. And it was deliberate, so that they had to live with their animals because it started from Ruga. Before they migrated to Mamobi, before Nima. So Mamobi is actually older than Nima. Yes, of course, we've not talked about this history enough, except that Nima grew faster than Mamobi. So you are right on that, because as part of the evolution of the communities, they deliberately moved away from Jamestown, those areas, which were within the enclave or the epicenter of colonial governance, and they rather moved into the interior. So part of that area was cemetery, actually. So we have captured all this in the book. And the Europeans saw that, well, if you cohabitate the same space with animals, then that was not a residential area. So they were not tasked. So one, it was a deliberate attempt to move away from taxation. And then two, to also govern themselves, you see, as Muslims, obviously. And then remember that quite cosmopolitan communities, because people from all over the place. Because by 94, the Zangos have started evolving, especially in the Ashanti region, where it first, the colonial governor established the first Zango community. Yes. And because these are low-cost communities, you have migrants from all over the place moving and converging in there. But I think one thing we need to make clear is that the Zangos are not necessarily for Muslims. You see, of course, they may have Muslim or Islamic culture, but they are highly pluralistic and plural in terms of language, in terms of culture, in terms of religion. But of course, Hausa language becomes the linguistic front that unite the people there. So, but otherwise, there are all sort of people in the Zangos. Exactly. And then, of course, if you look at the Zangos too, Asa and say, when the British started the West African Frontier Force, majority of people who joined were the Hausa, because in 1874, for example, when the British had to fight the Ashanti, what they did was they brought Hausa soldiers, and it was a deliberate attempt by the British to divide and rule. So you have foreigners serving as the security officers. And that because they would hold loyalty to the British and not to anyone, because they didn't have families. So it was deliberate, right?
I see.
Yes. And so when they did that, Hausa then was promoted as the compulsory language for lower rank officers. You see, it was part of the British policy of Hausanization of Ghana and the Zangos. Hausanization. What it meant was that there was a deliberate attempt to promote Hausa language. And so those days, to join the colonial security, you had to, at the lower level, you had to speak Hausa. And that's why even till today, most of the drills in the security training are Hausa.
I see.
But if you go to the Southern Command, their motto is Kulu Shiria, you see, which is ever ready, and that's Hausa. Yes. Yeah. So it's part of that is why Mamobi and Nima became quite prominent, because after the Second World War, with the location of the 7 military hospitals, most of them had to stay very close so that they could receive medical attention and all that.
All right, Pamcho, Openi Charles Prempe neti anyway. Ora Charles Prempe, or a research fellow at the Center for Cultural and African Studies, KNUST, Kumasi, Ghana. Or no unnatural cell book with Nima Mamobi in Ghana's post-colonial development is a story about migration, Islam, and the social transformation for the people of Nima and the Mamobi. When they na common fumumu. Because your usual talk, but it's always good to say you better expand and extend to other areas. Nafi, ya menim de na tumi mo. Ya say ne enwoma no. Ya so pepi bi de sie bi before just all the good woman. enti no nimdie ni bebre no odi agu ngoma we mu na ye ma ne fancy e be kenkan na afi anya no. But before I wrap up with you, there's this also chapter of interest. Me pese yeah, oka ho kakra na afi me dey sorry so say menstruation and womanhood in Mamobi Nima communities. I mean, what's about it?
So as part of the book, you see, remember, I'm looking at virtually every aspect of the communities.
Good.
Into gender relations. How do men and women relate?
Good.
And how do such constructions of engagement affect the development of the communities? Yes, so... No, but as an academic, I'm interested in so many things.
Good.
So, yes. Yeah, with a PhD from Cambridge and...
Nice one.
Obviously, I'll be interested in...
Yeah. But nothing... I mean, and Omo review book, so yeah, people of high pedigree.
Yes.
And I'm not sure, say, any issue of... that might offend sentiments...
Oh no, I write as an academic. So, I'm a trained academic, first degree in African studies from Kivas.
Ghana curriculum be offend a certain tribe.
Yes.
You know, and I won't.
No, what I'm trying to say is, well, it didn't go through a due process.
If
you do
curriculum, they cook for schools.
No. You see, when
to
when
offend.
a book is written, it has to go through review process.
Thank you.
So during the review, people flashed a few things that they think were contentious. And obviously, as academic, a trained Africanist scholar.
Good.
You write being sensitive of people's what they consider quite politically important.
I see. And what about the menstruation issue?
Well, it was just to show how
is it captured?
Yeah, it's captured as part of gender relations.
All right, okay.
Yes, and how women and men, so you have something even on the hijab, how they try to negotiate in terms of men-women relationship. Yes, and not the politics around it, but it's an attempt to understand these communities because they've been stigmatized.
Yeah.
They've been people use very pejorative words about Zango for Nome Akron for me. Yeah, so there's
and one capture woman.
So it's just to let people understand that it is not just about the Zango. What anywhere, So if you read a book, Kakuri Junction, for example, has a very interesting history in Ghana's independence struggle. But who talks about it? So if what kind of book now you know about Kakuri Junction, the role it played in even the independence struggle of Ghana.
I see. Looking at the table of contents, it seems a book will be very interesting. You better was say. So if I no be pebi obenye bi ato.
You better nedi. You better lunch.
Friday. Friday number lunch.
Nima Mamobi Library. So only say maybe I can 4 asori dan kese.
Nima Mamobi Library ho.
Yeah, library. Who won't say maybe the National Mosque no one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a library right there on the highway.
Yeah, on that highway. Yeah.
So there'll be the auditorium will be doing it on Friday at 4 p.m. So you're invited. Yes,
so that is after mocks and prayers and straight to the library for the
It promises to be very interesting. It promises to because it's one of the best books you ever read on the market. That I can assure you.
Yeah, to beyond the launch, the various bookshops near there.
Will get a copy, and I'm making it in such a way that whoever comes should be able to buy a copy, regardless of the money you bring.
What the budget saying?
Well, I mean the amount because
that's when you who are dancing there for a book in you.
Yeah, I mean, no, I won't say you publish or Ghana.
Yes.
So Amazon. It's been on Amazon since July 15.
I see.
But then I wanted my people to also get copies, so I pleaded with the publishers that look, they should
subsidize this.
Now they should let a Ghanaian printer print the book. So the quality, you can see the quality.
Yeah,
hybrid. Yeah. Top,
notch,
This is a Ghanaian young man who printed it. So the idea is to make the book as cheap as possible. So that, because I'm writing about myself and my people, we are
that's right.
Not within that you see that class.
I get you. Yeah.
Because on Amazon it's £35. How many of my people can buy it?
Yeah.
So the idea is every school child in Accra, if possible, should be able to get a copy
of it. Yeah.
So I'm selling it very cheap. So
Nii Armah Ashietey.
Yeah, it's a self-funded project anyway.
I see.
A lot of money went into it, but it's my own contribution. Because when I turned 40, I wanted to honor my people.
Charles Prempe, Nyanko Ponshara.
Yes.
Any acknowledgements finally now?
Well, I want to thank.
Say book there.
Yes, definitely. So I want to thank the publishers, Langa, especially the editor, Professor Francis Nyamjo, who's one of the prominent African anthropologists, and also the various people in the communities, the imams, people who have helped me one way or the other, and then of course various families in the community, my church, my wife Josephine Frifa, my family, my siblings, And then everybody, who has been, and then of course my professors from the University of Cape Coast, University of Ghana, and to Cambridge. I thank all of them, Professor Ayo, Professor Adibra Botwe, and then of course my colleagues at the KNUST, especially my director, who is my mentor, Professor George Bob Melia. So all these people have played a role in one way or the other in making me who I am today.
I see.
Yes.
Nima Mamubi, migration, Islam, and social transformation. Nima Mamubi so there. Oma Febi Mupa. Nano attaching a car say Oba Bubu.
The history. I've written a history.
Not the moon penisa.
No, it's in Nkrumah first made a promise. So when you read the book, you find the process of it, because Nkrumah was the first to have declared that he will make Mamubi and Nima city within a city.
Yeah.
So that was the understanding, but it didn't work.
Oh.
And then a champion came. So actually, Medina, Ashaman, and then Kaswa opened because they had to relocate it so they could reconstruct. But unfortunately, it got mixed with politics because Kanda was not there. So when it got constructed, the people had to move away.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they were not giving back. You see, afterwards, they were not allowed in.
Yeah.
So when we paint, sometimes the people are very careful. And then there's a lot of politics around the Maobi Nima land, which if you read a book, you find who owns the land and how was it acquired.
Okay.
What was the role of, for example, the survey department in the evolution of the community. So all these things are there. Yeah. You see, the idea of reconstructing and rebuilding the cities. Yeah, you find it there. Yes.
Charles, me and now I say, I'm wishing you all the best.
Yeah. So
at your launch.
Possibly, I hope to come over after the book launch, by which time you may have read.
No problem. Yeah. Sure.
Questions to raise.
Sure. My no right Charles Prempasi or no natural sell book on Israel. It will be available at the various bookshops. Now, we'll pay a copy, okay?
For all the information, news, views, and interviews, listen to The Dawn. He's got you on Happy 98.9 FM.
Adia Wopra, the Bianca Wotono. Then no can do 18 ways and talk. Now we could put on our road. And this is what I instigate here. Your brother, which are now woman, and no frustrations, and how to go through president. And you see, every before I said the service, almost Magana for credit. Now, Ebia said you said the Omona said the Oma dream where you are, Obia dream where you are. Oh, share a watch a woman. Now, show when you hear a woman, your bread, and now when it's a woman. Now, on my penny back program, a Land Cruiser back on Akunia, Obia.
So keep it locked. Happy 98.9 FM.
All right, we move on. Ernesto Yeboah, a leader with the Economic Fighters League. So now we are still assessing a year fallout from SAR Global Citizens Festival events. Enra, the NDC issued a statement. They cannot be blamed for the happenings. Of course, so it was event last year, but Niesiano is a reflection of the frustration in the system. Mamere, how the various youth fronts, finds a year that incident, on Saturday, Ernesto Yeboah, Ewa Humani. So, Ernesto, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ebacho Boko there.
Nyaboko, now swear.
You Krokramu Anisa. But tell us, Economic Fighters League, how do you see, sir, youths, frustrations are almost pour out on the president on Saturday, SAR Global Citizens Festival, National.
The Don lecture na HA for so any na Madawasi. Mama Queen Ewo Mufidi Cassie. So their course so no. Bonibia enim. Na Bonibia enim ese yaka ebima minkebi anase dodo amemwa. It comes with a certain culture. Sa culture na eka ho bi wuntimi nka se me pedodo amemwo enso no me mpeke bi ma minkebi. Odwen ho sa eti so eya depa and yet what the GD say ebeboa.
Utsie a year commenter eba in the wake of sir Dede Yona. I'm fulfill say it wasn't a fair reflection of the frustration because a few people did their away chants but a true reflection of amount for frustration now. Even half the crowd would have shown, but as a woman, it was somehow stage managed. Who is saying?
Well, me, who is that? And so for no more, I say a few people. Omukojina here no more kind say a few people. One person cry. I think that it is valid, and this is where we have to get. Yeah, kebi mami kebi amemu no, and I say dodo amemu no. Because you minority views again. And this is why here one of the things that calling for in the new constitution, Ghana Kenya, any proportional representation. And on we are minority, we are marginalized. At the end of the day, what some now work on, and we here just as much as the majority. It is for no more can a few people, they are Ghanaians. And Omukojina no more can say a few people. And it was not a lot of people. And that's the majority of the people. The member young to sort that your friends analysis it is defective and in the woven your friends principles of democratic rule and democratic culture and maybe a that type of cast and a crown bonus. These are people who have concerns. Are their concerns being addressed? Have it been addressed over the time and also over the period? Certainly not. Until they will use every avenue that they want, democratically possible, in order to be heard. And I would prefer this over say, we would be moved to the situation where we would have to draw in bombs and I say using violent methods. This is a far better, your friend is saying. I cost to a member had to say, oh, yeah,
98.9.
What the youth have done is just a tip of the iceberg. And we must be thankful that they are not even violent minded. Because in that your friend is saying situation, they could have chosen to be violent if they wanted to, but they did not. Now, it is part of democratic growth. And I say, encouraging and save them their rights to be able to protest willfully, openly, and loudly whenever they want.
Minimsa Mona Mudi various youth fronts and every now and then you engage the youths and to more assess their level of frustration or otherwise. Currently, as we speak, who engage the Ghanaian youth?
One, almost see a new mind in honor. Want job.
98.9.
Almost say they are not represented. But they're to initial parliament. In Bebuna, to initial Abang, in Bebuna, and a TT was one. A ban decision making more accountable. Women, where are they when it comes to governance in this country? Where are they or more? Indeed, both women and young people have been marginalized. They are warm ways in change. Who been more in politics? No more Kasama, Akoklebi, and Asia Brewebi. Who been more in politics? Not yet they or body. Yet they showcase said they bear support for your friends there, Amanokua or more age name. Women are being sexualized in our politics, and we have to talk about it. At the various conferences, where do you find your friends and a man? Either in the hotel rooms or they are serving at the conference. They are not participating in the conversation because you're always in change. And that is the role of your politics has given them. But with proportional representation, there be you bet to me at the electoral commission one said, look, at the end of the day, 60% must be youth. Ebia 35% must be women. 5% must come from the physically challenged community. It's halfway in and the party has to provide them in parliament. But there be omo NT campo na yakaho asem. And this is what we have to be talking about. This for us provides an opportunity for conversations into Nyama and who here or mine you. Into Okam a Mebunese and I think we are missing China. What you have actually done is to derail the progress of the country. Now, in opinion, in the wake of Sa Nyamain Kosu, and Mate Adanse Asukwa
Katie Hammond.
Katie Hammond.
And
so a comment obe my. Na fiti bra me take comment me moya me pape. But odwen ho echo deeper. Who say ensem na organism no. And as young people we have to face it. Or say you cannot govern this country. Your mind son say you can't govern it. I didn't hear. Or say you have nothing in your head. You need to and odwen ho me sa safety or no Papa Nangata as a member of parliament for Adamsia Sokwa. Ma court the constituency. Me who ohia many amount for no the constituency for no. The constituency has a population of about 71,000 or so. Ohia ushia mebunu na when near Juma teenage pregnancy. A friend said Galam say pit omu kudebia. And so no over the past 23 years, the ballot paper Emma Adanse Asokwa Yufa. No what abane the Amaketi Hamon. Onyerio.
Yanya a bit of the reconnection now. Yenya back on the line now. Yantuasu Emfa Emamo. Ono a leader of the Economic Fighters League. The issues around the Global Citizens Festival and what happened
For all the information, news, views, and interviews, listen to the Dawn. He's got you on Happy 98.9 FM.
All right, he's back on the line. Ernesto Otimenkam.
Pachametemon.
Pachona wanugu asamso, but mimpesa obeni say as a woshada in Pesubia Siwana waso power mo. Let's deal with the issues and Mr. Why?
Of course, issues nani ekana. Mr. Obeji to me. Oko social media, do you hear young people talking about say yeah beji to me? Debbie Omemu Hanu say it's our brain where we are right now. Ya dream would try and maybe ya dream would try and say MPP NDC is the best option. Certainly not. It's the fact imposed that we are not having a strong conversation, on how to set them aside and come to power, shows that Katie Hammond that seminar all can no crave because no open to me Asiano or internet. Let us talk about an alternative outside MPP and DC. Or see quite alternative thing. Ye Antoma MPP Antoma NDC whining and man. You are only suggesting that Katie Hammond is right because ye MPP NDC table if she knew dream. In the assembly, Papa Neka Minya Penny, yeah. But no prayer back.
Emebunu so one simple one hoke kind of form akukudro na eni wa fa nimdie na eni ho anase wa bamu na abuo.
I think it's a combination of elements now abobo mean. Take Obi to say Abraham and say.
Yeah.
Solid guy. Okanyans at them. Brilliant. In fact, I consider him one of the utmost leaders of young people in this country. and in the liberation effort. And no offer one aspect, religion. And he has demystified religion in the eyes of many people. Take your friend is saying,
98.9.
the other ones, Dr. Ren Nomne, Oliver Nomne, the Akika account. These are brilliant guys. And so the name na oboboy a com say yesro com ehu say yenia kukutu the intelligence to be able to sit down, said, look, let us craft something outside NDC and give the people of Ghana a new vision. Sakukudrono any honum. Internet, look at us. Embrace will say we would turn over in some now upon a can be a bed drink. Not yet the Vivia Tunton, not yet MPP NDC if you have him. What would you me? We are baby youth. That's a 2024. I dreamed out Timana and said, walk up to our MPP NDC. Then there's some Katie Hammond kind, and you're not correct. She knew Tim. I think that this is where we have to position the conversation and have it as young people. We are journalists, we are your friends, activists, we are Jumani, we are unemployed, whoever you are. Once you are young person, immerse yourself, we will have that conversation.
Bamibo, sir, in recent times, several young people, especially under 40s, and several appointments, both in private and in public life. Minim how you do an assessment of some, and whether say they've really lived up to the bill. Because, for instance, Ufo biti say Obwa or a musician ya didn't kwato Ghana Post ya. Would you say a fair reflection of the youth and their capabilities? Recently, MPP for call conference Omeyi a youth as the chief executive of their party. I mean, there are certain identifiable young men. You can point out, say, these are persons omuye bibi e dia kire se emebunu su betumi aye ana wo hu bibi sa Ernesto
Minyo penny o hwe your system, your political system,
98.9.
I can point to you, sir, almost every young person there that has risen to positions has been based on patronage. Say 1 to 3 obinasia. Ye humponi afrel. And many of these young people are a beneficiary of our patronage system. The first thing that has to be tackled and I say confronted. And they say you be patronage if you want. And no one proportional representation it is not based on say our Godfather be and our Godmother be our party. And Sunny also when you're a kunebi at nas. That's not it. We need a system whether a Godfather hates you or not, you have a chair behind the tables of decision making. And only any brainer, I mean, any nebununa fano. Katie Hammond, Asha, what summarizing to say is she needs him. Because we do a team, then we have to prove him otherwise.
I say
we have to. I mean, what system? Look, politics is a game of numbers. It is also a game of power. Power respects power. To me, I respect it to me. But to me, I respect weakness. No, between to me any weakness, and I say power and weakness, there is mercy. When power doesn't want to conquer, it's say from and let the can go from penny for any idea. And then also say we have to start talking about power. It is only in that and a Katie Hammond respect. Okay, I feel they make no almost young or more actually say they can govern. Because the first point of showing say you can govern is to go for power. Yen ananomo kwame nkrumah ni JB dan kwano. This is what they did. Omo person omo tre broni say betimi ebu mind. They started talking about power. Until we start talking about power, KT Hammond will never respect us. And we can't fault him. The MPP and NDC will never respect us. And we can't fault them. See, maybe I am no.
You see, and that's to my men now was here was sabe anibie kakra so the abuan komo na mate King Charles in Canadian.
King Charles, why the King Charles?
Oh, King Charles, na no one dey adie say yo.
Oh, dear way.
We dey adie wa Commonwealth so.
Wine wealth. Come on.
Yeah, Ernesto, I mean now I say yeah. I mean now I say right. Asemo Ernesto Yeboah leader of the Economic Fighters League. Ana ye ne kasa and na no queen we omo de krata atenten ba ye ebe super abrewane ya nyu omo nko South Africa ekuo na wo ho na Julius Malema so da no wo so ye bia nene ya Kinshasa abai no obi buza me se enti Rastafo nyum omo body afire Queen Elizabeth afire no on be remix na fi omo de Kinshasa din ahye ho ana asem sebe. All right, just hang on, me call for the EDC minutes me ba may activate the lines for you to join the conversation.
Emrana so see a tisi kasemu nimdia EDC Investment Limited Edia Brayen ewo happy 98.9. EDC Investment Limited sikasemu nimdie adisuanu guso ya toaso na otwi yesua de afa investment strategies ahodo a ewo honom a eboa ema se odu sika ekohye bibi mu a ebetimi adi aboa o no nya so mfaso andra no omahu bibi a ofre no value investing a no ene se obeye hwehwemu yie pa a emu do ehu stocks ana se odu sika be kwakohye de friend stocks bi mu a sa stock no ne bo ewo fom pa na sana benya sa stock ne bo fom pa yi ewo so timi hwehwemu a emu do pa enya nimdie efa ho ansa na wetu sa na mo no anya sa wanya nimdie a efa ho no yi a wanhwe a odu sika be kwakohye stock bi mu a ne bo no empija da o kire so se odu sika kwakohye stock bi odu sika kwakohye stock bi sa mu a ewo se oyo bi a wo abotre a wetimi atwen isan se eya na empempie no eje mmere edu afe ene akire ansa na ne bo no atumi apija ene so yetoa so ene no o kire yen bibi e de afa strategy for fry your friend income investing eho we no ene se obebo strategy bi ada to no ma eno de ebeya ne se investment na waye no ebre bia no e de sika ebeba wonsem obini friend income e wo sesa investment we no abreni abre bia no etumi di income eba wonsem income wi ebetumi aba se bia interest bi awanya ewo usika de akohye sa ade no mu eso anase bond bi yield ene ho keka ho sa strategy we no eyade a edimu pa ebua ema utimi ebua bo sika no enye sika ewo emre bi mu income investment we no eyade a de biande e sika beba nanso eho ehawa obuni fe no risk no eyade a mpempi no ewo fom yie pa sa strategy we no eya investors ya ebreni abribia no mpese omu hu sika ni mu no enom tan edom sika ehye sa investment we no ohwe nipaku a mpempi omtan de sika ehye sa investment we mu anase omde sa strategy we edi djuma eye omtan wo ahomgie mu oje na ahomgie sika no a na ode sika bum no akwakohye sa investment we mu se de be ya bosomi bia no ebetimi edi sika bre no no so etimi di abobra opendim die ewo sa enyama ya yeboboso yi nyina woni EDC mpanyifo nkasa ye wanimdifu a omakwadare ewo sa adwumadi ahodo yi mu ombeboa wo amotime tu anamu a ebeboa wo daache wo EDC no sikasemu fa hodi etumi ye ho EDC Investment Limited and the sikasemu nimdie yi ebrewo
opesa wo ye investment ana wo bo daache ho ban hwehwe EDC Investment Limited ewo Ecobank branch biemu wo Ghana ha frɛ won was 0302 634165 ana WhatsApp won ewo 05952350565 ye makwan se wo be send wo sika afa mobile money network biaso internet banking ana Ecobank app neso
For all the information, news, views, and interviews, listen to the Dawn. He's got you on Happy 98.9 FM.
Adia Wuka, the Bianca Wutono. Then Okone do 18 went 3 and 2. Now we could go to Rona. And this is what I instigate here. I your brother, which are now woman, and no frustrations, and I go through president. And you see, entity for a service, almost Magana for credit. Now, Ebia said you said the Omona said the Oma dream where you are, Obia dream where you are. Oh, share a watch a woman. Now, show when you hear a woman, your bread, and now when it's a woman. Now, on my penny bar program, a Land Cruiser bar, Nakunia, Obia, now the Ababe see Independence Square, Nagana for Uno was the NDC for the child there. After the Ghana for now, Omukudu on no Muro, Omon Topetro, Nidiana, and I like the Lomun Chevy, and I pay Yakoya doing Ghana CDC, Omun Tobiana. The people are tired. And I mean, whoever my intelligence officers are coming from Momuina, because they should have been able to gauge the temperature of the people. And this is just the beginning. It's going to get worse by the day. Because by the day, there are no conditions they tolerate. Nipa air getting frustrated. And I fear for the future of this country. Because of the way our air started. This was spontaneous. One our concept, not who you there. And it's spontaneous. Immediately the man started talking. The club started all over. Away. Very embarrassing, very shameful. But there was serious security implications. The security men of the president should be up and doing. Now MPP Amanyo Kono, Husabi, the Ghana for Ebre, no Munja is how unnecessary Casanova Gaza will be now orchestrated here. That's the NDC for orchestrated here and for NDC for Moya Ghana for. It's Munja is answering no more Ghana. No more focus on the real issues. Are the people happy with his governance style? There be. Are people okay with the economic conditions? There be. Are people even happy with the state of our security? There be. The education system, that is saying, people are tired. And I'm saying that we are in for a mass action. The president now answered Niamanua. I cannot foresee how this government is going to end. Because if at this stage they are starting Corona, who knows what next? We should be up and doing. The security agencies should be up and doing. And they should advise the president that it's unpopular. Nemenena say Oye Broni, that's a Kowedim Guasia. He should be calling for early polls. So by now, no. Unfair electoral commission say Yen Kupu Dimuntem. Now you're showing president for no mining too poor because the country needs a new direction. The journey and on the day.
For all the information, news, views, and interviews, listen to the Dawn. He's got you on Happy 98.9 FM.
Zoom into the conversation. Let's get talking. Good afternoon, Pacho. What's your name?
Champion Dead Paul.
Collins, that's the same.
Ako pardon, the boss, the whole year, pa. Say na ma fail, me Canada. They go file no so. E check ko ponya aduma, ana me de me nwoma, ebe ko ye constituency office. Na me de akwa dey the sampa. Me de me ho ejina as deputy communication officer for Trobu constituency. They don't share. And me we answer me chia na me chia answer.
Pacho, the entire friend in account. The obey bia no me obra me de be you until them is
okay, anyway, and then me cho for one pofo. Or oba as your first so maintain.
All right, my man, I say good afternoon, Pacho. What's your name?
Good afternoon, the Dom, Pacho.
All right, good afternoon here.
Good afternoon.
Me Pacho, my mean to
Bra Pabna Pra Junior, aka the Dom.
Toto Kwashi, meet you where you
are. Open you here there.
Bibi Aboko.
The children point out. Bra tell in time, make me room, sir. Ya won't time for.